風をくれ風になれまるで breakout 脈打つことを感じてる Never ever空の盾を破れよ誇りの中で霞む太陽背中で震える孤独に飛んでやれよこの手で掴むまで風をくれ風になれまるThe breakout と飛んだ昨日も蹴散らして永遠と瞬間が薄かれば目覚める欲望を感じてる Never ever
Hello everyone and welcome over to Race 3 of the NASCAR 2003 PMU Cup Series here at Bristol. And as we finish off the last two races on plate tracks, the banking ovals, Daytona and Talladega, as we finish off the plate tracks, we are now moving on to short tracks. Well, this is the first short track of the season at Bristol, so now let's make a move on from there. And before we go any further, let's have a bit of a recap on what happened last race, which was Talladega. And yeah, it wasn't much to share with you other than the fact that Riley Hill manages to win his first race since around season 4, season 5 I think, so it was kind of a long time for Riley Hill to get his first win after a long period of not winning any races. So, but anyway, that's all I can say. So now, as we are a bit too early in the season, we might as well start off the race short and sweet as usual. Let's see who will qualify on pole for today's race. And Drew Walker will start on the pole, Miyazaki second, Dixon third, Wilson fourth, Nick Tanner fifth, Blake Parker sixth, Lucas Holmes seventh, Owen Scott eighth, Tyree Lowell ninth, and Zachary VK 10th, and the rest. And last season's champion Solomon Sheridan will start in the last row of the grid, so that would be so that is going to be hell to pay for him. He's going to have to try and work hard to basically get to the front because it's going to be a short track race. So, oh boy. Anyway, bit of distraction here, and I shall check and see who will. Sorry, I'm a bit off today. I'll just check. Okay. I think Owen Scott joined in. No, it was the 45 David Dixon. So anyway, sorry for my slip up. So let's move on. Let's find where you are. Okay, and here we go. Let's take a moment to listen to the words in motor racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
And away we go as the pace car will make a move in just a moment's time. Here it goes, and everyone else makes a move as well. Let's hope that there's not going to be any issues, especially those coming out of the pits. We do sometimes had cars slowing down. Well, we sometimes had cars having problems before they come into the pits. Sometimes because of contact or there's a problem, etc, etc. And we don't want this to happen at the start. As you can see, Drew Walker is your pole sitter alongside Dex Miyazaki. In fact, incredible drive for Dex Miyazaki in the RSIE car. As we're about to go racing straight away because of Bristol as a short track. Here we go. Let's see what this race will bring us here at Bristol. As you can see, Dex Miyazaki is starting to slip back. Literally slip back a little bit. Oh, and David Dixon. David Dixon is trying to battle against Dex Miyazaki for second place as Drew Walker will try and get away with the lead. And Drew Walker hold on to that lead for now. Dex Miyazaki still holding on to second place despite almost losing it on that very first corner of the race. And let's take a look at David Dixon's car. As you can see, he has a special scheme, well, special hood scheme in front of his car. Well, yeah, a special scheme on his hood, so. And this is a special scheme for the whole of his team, well, the whole of the team of Ferrari Row Motorsports, alongside Nick Tanner, Saber Fox, and Nicholas Wright. But anyway, as we continue to focus on the front, Drew Walker holds on to the lead for now in what could be his 21st race win in his career if he does win the race. And Flandre Wilson, in fact, she hadn't even won a race for God knows how long. I think I can remember back at season 6, I think. Was it season 5, season 6 she last won a race? That was at Watkins Glen where she last won a race. Forgot which season. I think it was season 5 to be, well, from my point of view. So, but anyway, as Tari Lowell rounds up the top 10 currently, as she holds on, well, they hold on to that spot, and is currently being chased by one of the greatest in Bristol track history, and that is Camry Jr. Oh no, and looks like he's about to get overwhelmed by Alrighty Alajo, last season's champion, currently the defending champion. But unfortunately, Camry Jr. manages to block him. And so far the race is quiet. In fact, it's good because we usually get we usually get chaotic races here at Bristol, but we somehow had a solution to fix the issue, because we thought that doing a lot of yellows, having a lot of yellows in races isn't a good idea. And there you can see Dex Miyazaki is getting close to Drew Walker. In fact, I think it's trailing behind the Season 2 champion for that lead. And can he try and make RSI history? And can he try and make himself history as well? Because what he didn't know is that Dex Miyazaki is actually holding the longest streak of last time he has won a race. Longest streak of races since last race win. That was back in, I think that was back in season 3, I think, when he last won a race. I think season 3 when he last won a race. And I believe that was Texas. I think it was Texas, if I remember correctly. Unless I'm wrong, once again. As we go on board, Dex Mizaki in the RSIE car. In fact, you can see is, of course, well, I'll probably call it the Speed Racer, because that's actually the livery on his car. The scheme on his car, whatever you call that. And it appears to me the race is actually still going on as planned. And already we are now gonna get close to the other side of the pack, as looks like the first car is gonna get lapped very, very soon. And I think that's Xander Howell in the picture. That is Xander Howell, as I confirm. And so far, Drew Walker is still in the lead at the moment. Honestly, I don't know if this race was ever difficult in terms of passing, because somehow there's not much changes going along. Obviously, it is understandable, because short track racing is like Monaco racing in Formula 1, kind of. And as you can see, Dex Miyazaki is trying to go for that lead, trying to get close to Drew Walker. Does he try and take the lead just before the lap cars are gonna come in and they're gonna get close to them? And this is gonna be a different kind of racing to see. David Dixon trying to join in to the top 3. So what can Dex Mizaki do? Does he try and go for that lead once again? Does he try and take the lead from Drew Walker? It's going to get very difficult. Oh, what's happened? And who is that coming in? Henry Guo. Does he have a problem? He's coming in so early in the race. Looks like he has a problem. Let's have a look and see what happened. Let's do it quickly before anything bad happens off live. Oh, Henry Guo. It appears that he is falling behind. It appears that he's having problems. I think he was slipping down the order at one point by the looks of him, and decided, okay, I'm going to come to the pit to check my car out and see if it's alright. Looks like they've done some minor repairs to the car, but unfortunately that is going to hit him pretty bad, because he's going to be lapped down. But will he coming? I think he all he's got to do is get to the other side as quickly as he can. I think that's usual because of safety reasons, because there's lots of cars going around, and I think he just needs to make his way. There you go. There he goes. And here we go. Manages to join. And let's hope he's alright. Looks like he's alright for now. But obviously he'll be a lap down, so not a good start for Henry Guo. Well, no, several laps down, my bad. So, but anyway, here comes the peril of lap cars. Can Drew Walker do anything with those lap cars? Of course, Solomon Sheridan. It's quite unusual to see him struggling this down the order. In fact, he's actually he actually started from that position. So, but anyways, what can Drew Walker do on Xander Howell? Let's go on board Dex Miyazaki and see how it fares well for Drew Walker. I think Drew Walker's going to try and pull away. In fact, unusually, he's trying to use that draft on Howell to get away from Dex Miyazaki. Not much progress, not much of a solution to try and get away, as Dex Miyazaki is still close to the 77 car. So does Walker finally gets around the 66 car. And David Dixon is right there, joining in the battle for the lead. That so far isn't a battle because they're still staying in position. David Dixon losing it a little bit. We are at lap 45. And I think Flounder Wilson is still keeping watch on the top three drivers up in front. As you can see, here comes Drew Walker. He finally trying to make that move, lapping down Xander Howell, and I think Xander Howell finally decides to give up. But would Dex Miyazaki try and use his advantage? Ooh, not quite. That is a disadvantage, and I think that would give the favor to David Dixon. Very, very close to see this happening. Oh, and David Dixon on the 27 car of Dex Miyazaki. Does David Dixon try and snatch second place away from Dex Miyazaki? And Flounder Wilson joins in for the top four battle for the lead, as Drew Walker still have no way of getting around Howell in such a short track like this. Getting a bit itchy down there for lots of the drivers. And will Drew Walker finally try and make that lap down on the 66 car? And I think he's going to finally do it. But I think Dex Miyazaki, does he have a plan in mind to try and pull himself up in front? No, he doesn't. I think he was just about to use that draft on Howell. I don't think he's got the position to do it at the moment. It wasn't quite as it seemed. Or does he? Because I think he's trying to risk some stuff really bad. Really bad. I don't know if it's either Dex Miyazaki trying to take the draft on Howell, or that Howell who was actually trying to play the top four around at least. It certainly isn't looking good. Dex Miyazaki really wants to get past Drew Walker once and for all. And he's trying to use Howell. still to no avail. And I think he's on the better position now to keep second place, because now he's got Drew Walker. In fact, all 4 cars are now going to try and draft together to get past Howell. I think Howell is finally getting past and finally getting lapped by Drew Walker at least. As the top 4. Not yet. Not everyone's gone past Sandra Howell as of yet. Here comes Flandre Wilson on David Dixon. Not yet. She hasn't gone past David Dixon for 3rd place. Dex Mizaki still no way of getting past the leader of Drew Walker. And I think these two are going to try and get away, because now they've got Howell as a way to provide assistance and trying to hold the top 2 places for the race. We are at lap 55. And so far, we have not seen any pit stops as of yet. And Solomon Sheridan is in last place. Sadly. Well, no, 40th, I mean. He managed to get by, but that's because of Henry Guo. Henry Guo is now several laps down as a result of that unfortunate situation with him. Get back towards the front, and so far, Walker and Miyazaki still in front of the lapper of Howell, trying to get away from the other two, David Dixon and Flandre Wilson. There is Nick Tander, another third row car in 5th place. 6th place, Blake Parker, 7th place. I think that's Owen Scott, 8th place. VK, 9th place, Lucas Holman, 10th place, Tyree Lowell. And here we go back. And just to keep watch out, the slowest car in the field so far, Henry Guo, still struggling. He might as well just make way, because it looks as though the cars up in front, Riley Hill and Solomon Sheridan especially, really want to get by. Dex Miyazaki, I think, is starting to lose grip from Drew Walker. I don't think he's going to catch him in time. Perhaps he's got an opportunity still, because now Drew Walker is now he's now right behind Solomon Sheridan, who is still struggling in this race. So far, nobody can beat Drew Walker. Let's focus less on the leaders for now, as we can take a look and see if there's anything surprising. Dex Miyazaki getting closer to Drew Walker once again, but so far, no success of any pathing for Dex Miyazaki on Drew Walker. He has not yet taken the lead, but it looks like it's going to be more difficult, because lots of cars at the front, a huge train of cars, and I think Drew Walker is going to try and get around Solomon Sheridan. It appears he had the door open, but unfortunately Solomon Sheridan decided to shut the door back at him. And here comes Sheridan. Here comes Walker and Dex Miyazaki. Miyazaki was going to try and hold on to the drafting line for Walker. Oh my god, I just saw that. Solomon Sheridan finally hits the wall. Finally lost it. What happened down there? I think he finally must have given up on himself after being pressured by Drew Walker. Just what drama we just saw right there. Well, not huge drama, but that was a close shave for Drew Walker. Another result. I mean, Solomon Sheridan, another result for Drew Walker. He finally gets by the 11 car, and now looks like Dex Miyazaki is now under severe pressure to try and get back up front. Well, to try and get back to Drew Walker, as Drew Walker gets surrounded by lots of lap cars as Bradley Hill also hits the wall as well. So we're seeing some signs of cars starting to finally lose wear on the tires. So this is probably gonna turn the tables really quickly here in this race. How the tables have turned, how the turns have tabled. Drew Walker is getting surrounded. What will Dex Miyazaki do? Will he try and use lap car to his advantage? Probably not yet, but this could be it. Drew Walker is getting stuck. Dex Miyazaki, is he going to do a Roberto Crown Jr.? Remember Roberto Crown Jr.? He finally takes the lead from Drew Walker. Dex Miyazaki could be on to breaking his winning streak. Remember back in Season 2, Roberto Crown Jr. jumped from 3rd to 1st using that overcut. That overcut of an overtake. And yeah, so yeah, and that's how he won the race. That was exactly at Bristol. Back in Season 2, I think. Season 2, Season 3, I think Roberto Crown Jr. did that overtake. And oh boy, what will Drew Walker do? Will he try and fight back? Will he try and fight back? Looks like it. I don't know, not yet, but he might be able to try and use as much experience as he can to try and get by Dex Miyazaki. Tires are starting to lose wear for almost everyone here. And Dex Miyazaki, after several laps of being in second place, manages to get right in front of Drew Walker for that lead. Is it going to be a photo finish? And looks like Drew Walker and, David Dixon and Flounder Wilson have yet to get past even by Xander Howell. Probably not yet as important as of yet, but we've got 25 laps to go. Well, 25 laps to go now towards the end of the race. And Dex Miyazaki is currently a race leader, and he's holding on to it really well. Could this be RSIE's first ever win here in his history in racing in PMU Cup Series since Season 7? Season 8, I think, was when they started their own team. I think they started part-time with Ruben Gonzalez, and then it became a full-time team with 2 new drivers. But right now, Dex Miyazaki is still under pressure. He's still got just over 20 laps to go if he wants to break his winless streak. This could be momentarily for the 27 car, as he tries to show his speed racer what he can do. Drew Walker still got plenty of chances. He is not giving up just yet, and he's still following the 27 car pretty closely. And Dex Miyazaki, ooh, he goes for the advantage on the inside line, trying to get past. Oh, and we got a yellow flag. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, what happened down there? Oh my god, what happened?
Here come the shenanigans, guys.
And oh dear, it ended badly. What happened? So what happened down there after such quiet race? What happened? That is my biggest question mark. What happened? How did it all start? I think it started right there. Whoa, I think somebody... Oh, David Dixon! From third place! Absolute heartbreak! Flounder Wilson caused it! Oopsie-daisy. It was Flounder Wilson. A battle for third ended in disaster for the two. Luckily he's okay.
Heartbreak
Not
for
anymore.
the
Not
45 team.
Not anymore. David Dixon just lost his chance of a high place finish. Thanks to Flounder Wilson. That is going to cause huge fights between the two. Let's take a look at it once again. Flounder Wilson finally makes contact with David Dixon. Well, not finally, but oh boy, that was a shocking incident. That was a shocking incident. Let's take a look at it from another angle. Flounder Wilson is sort of okay. I missed some damage. Oh, he hits Owen Scott. Owen Scott got hit. And what happened to Dex Miyazaki? I think he also ended up in front. So let's take a look at it. Let's see if he's okay, at least. Because if he's not okay, then that would mean badness. Oh my god. Oh my god. Drew Walker's got damage at the back of his car, I think. Solomon Sheridan as well.
This is chaos for a race that was literally just clean half for 90% of it.
Let's see if Drew Walker is okay. I think Drew Walker is okay, luckily. As we go on board Solomon Sheridan. Oh, that was heavenly close. That was heavenly close. That was heavenly close. And same goes for Dex Miyazaki. Whoops-a-daisy. As we go on board Dex Miyazaki, the race leader. Let's hope he's okay. Oh boy, this is like bumper cars again. All over again. Anyways, let's go back. We need to check on board and see what happened from there. We're gonna go on board Flounder Wilson. See how it all happened. And ended up hitting the
Looks
wall.
like 45 just got hooked on the back, on the left rear.
And I think the 23 car.
I don't see any damage from the 45s, and
there is damage because he got tagged by Owen Scott after getting loose. And I think Flounder Wilson. I think it appears that she's got side damage. Don't know if I can see it, but from the wall that she just ran into, there's a good chance that she's got damage. And let's take a look closely at David Dixon. Where can I get the best angle? I think from there. I'm so bad at this. Anyway. Yeah, and yeah, you can see he's got side damage. So, heartbreak for David Dixon from third place. And he got it thrown away by Flounder Wilson. Bad news. I think everyone's going to try. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a muddle. It's going to be a bit of a muddle up. Trying to get back in order. Because there's lots of cars already lapped. There's lots of cars already lapped. And the pace car's going to try and get them in order to try and rearrange them as much as they can. So far, Zach Carrington, I don't think is going to make it in front of the pace car. Or is he? Oh yeah, Riley Hill and Zach Carrington gets by the pace car, and that leaves the rest of the leaders all up in front, except for Solomon Sheridan and Xander Howell. So, but yeah, a way to end the race for Solomon Sheridan after starting the race so poorly. We're not going to do an ad break. Ooh, yeah, Sheridan is out as a result. Oh no, he's pitting. He decided to pit. And let's see. There's a few good laps of pace laps before we can get the race underway again. Hopefully, it doesn't end so badly.
I don't think it'll end under caution. Luckily, it's probably going to end either green, or if we have a wreck within 5 laps, it should be the end of the race.
It's going to be green very soon as the pace car turns off its lights, and all they got to do is get one more lap around. Well, they're already on the last corner, the second corner, and soon as the pace car pulls in, we're gonna do a 15 lap shootout towards the end. Here we go. Pace car pulls in.
Watch out, the 66 is a lap down. What will happen with the 66? Green flag is out.
There is Drew Walker. Does he try and get that lead back from the 27 car and score his record-breaking 21st win? Or does Dex Mizaki win the race and score or break that winless streak that he's been holding on since back in Season 3, Season 4?
Remember, some people do have to pit. We saw Sheridan pit, but we don't know if they have to pit at all. So it could be a complete strategy call. And look at the 66. He's holding up, I think, the inside lane.
Here it is. There's Dex Mizaki still holding on to that lead alongside Walker, and I think Flounder Wilson is going to lose that lead. Well, not lose that third place to Nick Tander because of some damage. We've seen some cars coming to the pit stop. That's Nathaniel Campbell. Will this become what I believe a fuel mileage race?
It's going to be fuel mileage. Who will hold off?
This has happened so late. So late in the race. We're going to see a fuel mileage race. How obnoxious we've seen right now.
Who will we see peel off at the end of this race? And who will we see in victory lane today?
We got less than 10 laps to go. Dex Mizaki still leading without issue. Drew Walker still there. Flounder Wilson manages to get past Xander Howell and lap him down again. Somebody hit the wall. That's Blake Parker hitting the wall. I think they're not looking good. The tires are starting to give up now. Literally. And Zachary VK, oh boy, he started 10th, I think, and he's now up into 5th. So what a decent jump for VK at Bristol. And at the back, obviously, Owen Scott got some damage from the contact for David Dixon. Where is David Dixon? David Dixon is currently in... I can't find him. He's in 20th place as a result, and luckily, not a lap down.
Here we go, 5 to go.
And so far, still all clear for the top two, Miyazaki and Drew Walker. Drew Walker starting to lose ground from the 27 car. We hope this is not going to end up fuel mileage. Them coming in so late. This could be a blow if Dex Mizaki doesn't make it. Flounder Wilson coming in. Flounder Wilson coming in.
Flandering pits.
This
Here we go. It's gonna be a complete weird race.
It ended badly and it ended more
Clears
weirdly.
pit. Who will take it?
I guess that's payback for dumping David Dixon into the wall. Well, dumping David Dixon, literally that served her right. And that puts Nick Tanner up into third. Maxwell slap her with a
Over the
penalty.
white flag. One more lap around.
Wilson manages to come up pretty late. Oh, just a lap down for Flounder Wilson. Oh boy, and that will definitely give Miyazaki the golden button. Here we go. Dex Miyazaki has finally broken the streak to win here at Bristol in the RSIE car. First win for RSIE. First win for RSIE, the team. And first win for Miyazaki since Season 3, Season 4. That was well over 150 races, I think, if I remember correctly. Drew Walker lost that win due to lap cars and will have to settle for second place. Third place Nick Tanner, fourth place VK, fifth place Blake Parker, sixth place Cameron Jr. Good start, good finish for him. Lucas Holmes 7th, 8th Tyler Lowell, 9th is I think the Natalie Civil, and 10th, who is in the 4 car. I keep forgetting who is in the 4 car. Alasia, why do I not think of it before? But anyway, that's your top 10, and the fast lap will go to number 12. And I keep forgetting who is in the number 12. Eddie Flores Jr. Eddie Flores Jr. will take home the fastest lap time. So, weird race that is. It ended with a caution, and weirdly enough with a fuel mileage. So, I guess, I mean, it's not against the rules anymore.
I'd say give it like 3-4 laps, and you would have seen most of the drivers come down pit road.
It did happen before. Usually we do like a revert to the last few laps, but we decide not to really do it anymore. Just as part of, we thought it's just a bit too. We thought we'd be we'd be a bit flexy on the rule. We don't want to be too hard on. Okay, something happened. Let's revert, or let's cancel the race, blah 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 blah. We don't want to do that, so we'll just let it go from there. We even learned what happened in South Africa back in season 5, I think season 4, season 5, I think season 4. We've learned a lot from there, so I guess, yeah, it all ended up in fuel mileage. Cars decided the tires are going to last to the end of the race. Unfortunately, didn't last for some of the drivers, and that also resulted with Flounder Wilson falling down from 3rd to 40th place, so a few laps down. Bit of payback for what happened with David Dixon. So, anyway, so Miyazaki wins, Drew Walker 2nd, 3rd place Nick Tanner, 4th place Zachary VK, 5th place Blake Parker, 6th place Cameron Jr., Lucas Holmes 7th, Tara Lowell 8th, Natalie Seville 9th, and RT Alijo 10th. I just repeated the top 10. As I do apologize, but let's take a look at the rest of the results. Well, that ended alright, so looks like there's nothing else to add on, I guess. We shall move on to, I believe, we are going for our 4th race. As I pull up my schedule, we will be going to, I think we'll be going to Atlanta. Oh yes, don't forget, if we're going to Atlanta, we'll be going to the new Atlanta, the repaved track that we've not done before. So it is going to be pretty exciting to see this new track in this next
Atlanta
race.
now. What we've seen in Atlanta before was just a ton of two wide racing, a little bit of boring stuff. But I feel like now that they've repaved it into like kind of like a super speedway, like Daytona, Talladega, I think we're gonna see a ton of pack racing and a ton of 2-3 wide, maybe even 4 wide.
Probably a bit similar to the Nashville Super Speedway, like a super speedway, but not a super speedway like Talladega. So that's my thought on it. So, but anyway, I guess there's nothing else to add apart from being the next race. So we'll see how the results will go, the standings will go after this race. So keep yourself updated. I'll keep you all updated on the point standings. So thank you everyone for watching this race, and we will see you next race at Atlanta. So take care everyone, and I will see you all back onto the track very, very, very soon.